Musanza TV, viewers first.
Thank you so much for joining us. We apologize for bringing the main news late. Nevertheless, here are the headlines. People's Action Forum has noted the need for people to preserve rainwater. Ministry of Education commends a Swiss foundation for constructing 4 classroom blocks. An international Egyptian president hosts Israel Prime Minister and Abu Dhabi Crown Prince. In sports, more foreign-based players joins Chipolopolo camp. Join us shortly with the details.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing Clear with Nature's Taste Aqua Gel Purified Mineral Water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 ml, 500 ml, 350 ml, 500 ml sachets and 18.9 liters containers. Drink and enjoy your purified and corporately packaged water which passes all tests. Live better, drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760 732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
With the news in detail, my name is Alvin Siandabile. As Zambia today joins the rest of the world to observe Water Day, People's Action Forum Field Officer Enelis Daka has noted that there is a need for people to preserve rainwater for the use in the dry season by engaging in rainy harvesting practices. She says rainwater harvesting practices is a solution to shortage of water in the dry season. She further urged people to engage in sustainable practices such as planting trees and avoid gardening on the river banks.
Okay, all right. So today being a very important day, as we are commemorating World Water Day, of course under the theme groundwater making the invisible visible. It just shows how important the day is because it's observed worldwide. And so this entails the importance of water to humankind. And so one of the ways that we can encourage the communities is that they need to preserve water. They need to go into ways of preserving rainwater, on how they can reserve water during rainy season, so that we have adequate water even after the rainy season, because that is one of the major challenges that we face. And so as an organization, as People's Action Forum, one of our ways is that we supply water in rural schools. And right now we are actually we have a project where we have put up mechanized solar water systems in 2 schools, Chovana and Nanga Special School, because we know to say these schools are very far. For instance, Chovana Community School is very far and access to water may be a challenge, and for Nanga Special School is a special school with children with disabilities and special needs, so they need that mechanized solar water system. And so our word to the community is that they need to value water. Everybody has a hand in preserving this by planting more trees to avoid soil erosion, by avoiding making gardens along the riverside, because that also causes soil erosion. So on such an important day, the message is that everybody should come on board and everybody needs to take a part to ensuring that water is valued and the environment is well taken care of so that we can have proper rainfall. Anyway,
okay, Vapaka. It was well articulated.
Meanwhile, Chief Managing Gwala's representative, Christian Jomba, called for construction of boreholes in rural areas so as to increase access to clean water. This year's Water Day was celebrated under the theme Groundwater, making the invisible visible. Juba Transport Corporation Affairs Juba Transport Director Corporate Affairs Chisha Piri has refuted claims that the transporting company neglected to repatriate the body of its driver Danis Luimba, who was hit by a vehicle in Mozambique on 11th March 2022. Mr. Piri is, however, saddened and shocked that the authorities in Mozambique are cancelling information as there was no police, hospital and other necessary document of the deceased to help the Zambian repatriation team that arrived on 14 March 2022.
Efforts to see the vehicle or to meet the family proved futile as police apparently or seemingly concealed the family. The hospital where the body was taken, he was put in a mortuary. However, when our team went there, they found that there was no report regarding that body being brought there. My colleague Brian can explain more on that.
Okay. So when we went to collect the body so that they can start the embalming process, we had a reference number that they had written there, right? Okay, at the police post, which was being held as exhibit before for processing of the court case. Whilst we are processing the papers in Gondola, that vehicle was towed, and we saw it with the family members being towed from Nchope, and he actually crossed Gondola and actually went to Shinoe. And that's where now also we had challenges, because even the police themselves, we wanted to meet the family or the person that had caused the accident. So the family wanted to meet them, right? So the police were saying, okay, we'll come, we'll meet at 14 hours. Tuesday ended, or we'll meet at in the morning at 9 hours. We couldn't even meet them. Even as we were leaving the place itself, we had actually not met the family itself. They said that the family lives in Shinoe. When we were going, we passed Shinoe, but any arrangements by the police proved to be difficult to move for the family of the deceased to meet the family or the person actually who had actually caused that accident. And that is where there is this insinuation that the police also tried to conceal the person who actually caused the accident. And the family was hurt and was offended because the police would not actually help.
He added that after 3 days stay in Mozambique, no tangible information was unveiled to the Zambian team that traveled and had pleaded to the Zambian embassy in that country to intervene. Stanbic Zambia today launched the Financial Fitness Academy at Zambia Sugar in Mazabuka district of Southern Province. We have more in the following report.
The launch is aimed at ensuring Zambia Sugar employees have financial literacy and education. This is Mwindwa Siakalima, Chief Executive at Stanbic Bank.
Employees at Zambia Sugar do have financial literacy and financial education that goes a long way in making sure that at the personal level, each of the employees that go through the training do have that financial literacy in terms of how they manage their finances. Because remember, finances managed at an individual level means that the trickle down or effect on the economy is actually that of an economy that is run on individuals that have knowledge in terms of their finances. So what we do is we basically take them through the training, and this will apply to the different teams that we've got at the estate. We basically then also will be offering this to the children of the employees. That will be done via different sessions. So essentially today was just the launch, as you heard earlier, and coincidentally, and which is basically one of the reasons why we basically chose this time, is that this is Financial Literacy Week that was launched by the Minister of Commerce and Trade. It was launched on behalf of the Minister of Finance on Sunday evening. The theme for this year's Financial Literacy Week is Build Your Future, Be Financially Smart. So essentially, you need to be smart to basically have finances that you would have now in terms of investments, savings, but also for retirement. And it's very important that when we are thinking of this, we know that for our employees, at some point they will retire.
Japhet Banda, Human Resource Head, Zambia Sugar, says the company supports employees in money management and is happy that Stanbic Bank has brought the Financial Fitness Academy at Zambia Sugar.
The financial well-being, as you've clearly indicated, people could be educated, but they could be financially literate. And so we think that we should be supporting our employees and developing them in finance and money matters, money management, and for the groups that are business management schemes. So it's a broad program that will be running around financial fitness, as you call it, the way we call it financial wellness. And we are very excited that Stanley could actually provide that kind of project to our employees directly. So the way we do development programs or wellness programs is actually a structured process. I did indicate that we have about 6,000 employees, and we need to reach out to each one of those employees. And so we have to structure and have a training program that ensures that every employee has participated in the training, but also the follow-up that comes after the training. So
Financial Literacy Week was officially launched on Monday, 21st of March 2022. This year's State Literacy Week was commemorated under the theme Build Your Future, Be Money Smart. This is Angela Nambeye reporting from Musanza TV.
The Ministry of Health says that tuberculosis TB has remained to be one of the top 10 diseases that causes death globally. Minister of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Lakson Kasonka, said despite them, which translates into 59% of new TB infections every year. He explained that despite the high TB diseases burden, Zambia has made tremendous progress in reducing the TB incidence rate in the country from 716 in the year 2000 to 319 per 100,000 patients in the year 2022, representing a 58% reduction. Zanisa reports that the Permanent Secretary was speaking during the National Tuberculosis Symposium held in Osaka today. Dr. Kasonka stated that the symposium was in line with the theme of the World TB Day, which falls on Friday 25th 2022, dubbed Invest to End TB Forensic Pathology. Adama Luchanga said that about 60% of death of the death in Zambia result from natural causes, as evidenced by most of the sudden deaths which are brought in dead BID. Dr. Luchanga noted that most of the sudden death happen at home without knowing the cause, which is a huge problem, and about 71% of such deaths undergo an autopsy to establish the cause of the death. We take a break. When we come back, we have more in our news. Stay with us.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing Clear with Nature's Test Aquagel Purified Mineral Water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 ml, 500 ml, 350 ml. Says or test. Live better. Drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760-732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
Development Agency Zafada says the suspension of the importation of potatoes has caused panic on the local market because the supply of the commodity is not adequate to meet the demand. Chief Executive Officer and founder Boyd Mowe said the potatoes ran out on the local market, adding that this is leading to an increase in the price of the commodity. Mr. Mowe told Zanis in an interview that there is need for government to revisit the decision and make the sale of potatoes competitive. He said that the sale of potatoes should be left open to importers as well as the local farmers. He noted that the Minister of Agriculture should look into the matter as the suspension has affected the farmers locally. Meanwhile, Mr. Mowe has advised government to announce the crop forecast in good time to prepare farmers for the marketing season. Mr. Mowe expressed worry on the late announcement of the crop forecast by government, adding that the delay lead to an ineffective market. He said that the society will take place this year. Speaking at the media briefing in Lusaka today, Society President Duncan Fuller said the delayed 94th edition of the show will run from the 27th July to the 1st August 2022 under the theme Innovation Through Technology Transformation Business. Mr. Fuller stated that the show will be held under strict adherence to COVID-19 guidelines.
Health, the Zambia National Public Health Institute, and other health authorities to ensure that all health and safety measures are in place for us to host the show. In addition, we are delighted that the general public are responding well to the government's campaign of mass vaccination against COVID-19 and observing the golden rules. We therefore anticipate that these efforts will result in a very successful show this year. The Zambia Agriculture and Commercial Show is the country's most prestigious show that has a renowned network custom for many 3 days are trade days, or what you may call business days. The purpose of these trade days is to promote business to business interaction among our exhibitors and show goers. The next 3 days are general show days, which are also family friendly. We will commemorate Farmers' Day on the last day of the show, and there will be dedicated days for innovation display, judging of stands, and other competition.
The Department of Agriculture in Siavonga district has called on small-scale farmers in the district to diversify and stop depending on one crop, which is mostly maize. Meanwhile, District Agriculture Coordinator Anderson Mutinda told Musanza TV that farmers should not worry about their maize, which has withered due to poor rainfall pattern in the district. He advised farmers to diversify farming for such as livestock, rearing, beekeeping to earn a living.
We are experiencing unstable weather conditions. I think the season looks erratic. There was a delay in the start of the rain season, then there was a rate of rains, and now then there was a dry spell. Now we seem to have, again, the first 3 days received a lot of rain. So the season looks quite, it's not smooth. We are together?
Yes, you can go ahead.
So the advice to farmers is diversification. Okay, so they need to plant different crops, they need to do different interventions, the crops, the livestock, forestry, nurseries. They have to diversify their activities. That's the only way to survive in this kind of weather. And then for the withering crops, because like maize, some of the maize will not recover even if it rains. They shouldn't despair that vegetative growth, the plants that have grown, the one that's withering, can be turned into feed for livestock. So they can preserve it nicely. If it's about withering, if it's not able to cut it nicely, pile it, preserve it for feeding to goats and livestock. I've seen that farmers get despair when their crops wither. So that's the advice to farmers, is to diversify, do different things, both farm and off-farm activities. Those who have got skills in crafts, let them go crafts, clay pots, diversify income sources. That's the way you survive. The season looks quite erratic, so farmers not depend on one enterprise.
Government has commended Salon Foundation of Switzerland for constructing 16x4 classroom blocks at selected schools in Northern Province. Minister of Education Douglas Yagalima says the development will go a long way in providing access to classroom space for learners in the province. Mr. Yagalima said this when he officiated at the handover of 1x4 classroom block at Lukasha Trades Secondary School in Kasama. The minister explained that this is as a result of the New Dawn administration's introduction of free education policy, resulting in increased classroom space. Mr. Yagalima also made a symbolic handover of other 15 1x4 classroom blocks for selected schools in Northern Province, which were all built by Salon Foundation of Switzerland. I beg your pardon. Meanwhile, Salon Foundation Executive Director Douglas Funk revealed that the organization has been supporting the Zambian government to build classroom blocks and teaching methodology, code teaching of handwriting, reading and spelling skills. He appealed to teachers and parents to properly manage and utilize the infrastructure that has been built. And Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu commended the Salon Foundation for supporting government to improve school infrastructure in the province. We take another break. Join us shortly with international and finally sports.
Refresh your body, mind and soul this sizzling summer. Introducing the refreshing Clear with Nature's Test Aqua Gel Purified Mineral Water, ultimately designed to quench your thirst with a revitalizing and refreshing taste. Stock available: 750 ml, 500 ml, 350 ml, 500 ml sachets and 18.9 liters containers. Drink and enjoy your purified and corporately packaged water which passes all tests. Live better, drink better. Call 0776 452710 or 0760 732565 now to make your order. Aqua J for a refreshing sip.
Every country has a province. Every province has a town. In every town there is a neighborhood, and that is what makes us a community. Welcome to the Community J Zambia, aka the Porter Kid's son, and yes, bringing you the show which looks at representing your neighborhood. Yes, rep your hood. Everybody that is inspirational in the neighborhood. I'm talking about DJ Massage.
There's more you can do with the artist than only people that are in public offices using artists, abusing or exploiting artists.
At Nakambala Market,
I just have a talent like doing that,
bringing what the customers ask.
You could be that shoemaker, you could be an entertainer.
I was born in Kabobola. I stayed in Apollo, partially grew up from Apollo, Nakambala, Jomona, so Kaonga. I know all the places, but this place, man, it has all the memories.
You could be a fashionista, you could be, a DJ. Definitely come into your neighborhood. You let us know what is happening in your neighborhood and take us around that neighborhood as we get to know different neighborhood and what is going on in those neighborhoods and getting to understand the people that are game changers in that very neighborhood. This show only comes to you on Musanza TV, channel 93.
My hood, my hood, my hood, my hood, my hood.
Welcome back in international. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi today hosted Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed. The meeting held at the Sinai resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh focused particularly on energy and food security occasioned by war in Ukraine, according to Egyptian officials. Cairo is the largest wheat importers, bringing in the country 85% of its wheat and 75% of its sunflower oil from Ukraine and Russia respectively. With the global rise in price of wheat in the wake of the conflict, the Egyptian government fixed the price of unsubsidized bread in the country on Monday. The Gulf oil nation, including the Emirates, continues to resist pressure by Western countries to increase production of the crude oil. The first of its kind, the meeting comes against the backdrop of talks between Iran and major powers in the Vienna on the issues of Iran's nuclear programs, whose impact of a potential agreement is gaggled by Israel and several Arab countries such as Egypt and Emirates.
The Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi hosted on Tuesday the Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed. The meeting, held at Sinai resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh, focused particularly on energy and food security occasioned by the war in Ukraine, according to the Egyptian officials. Cairo has been hardly hit as it imports 85% of its wheat and 75% of its sunflower oil from Ukraine and Russia respectively. The Gulf oil nations, including the Emirates, continue to resist pressure by Western countries to increase production of the crude oil.
And finally, in sports, the Chipolopolo boys were hard at work ahead of the Friday's international friendly match in Turkey against Congo Brazzaville. Coach Augeso Asonovic and his staff took the 14 lads in the camp through the spaces at National Heroes Stadium. The 14 players include some of the foreign-based players who have reported for duties for FIFA International Windows assignment. Among the players that were run through the mall are Evans Kangwa, Kings Kangwa, Gampani Lungu, Tostin Sabata, Rodrick Kabwe, and Cletus Chama. Others are Charles Kalumba, Prince Mumba, Rollins Mulenga, Miguel Chaiwa, Prosper Chilufya, Benedict Chipeshi, Kelvin Kampamba, and Dominic Chanda. Meanwhile, TP Mazembe defender Tandi Mwape has joined the camp and was part of the afternoon training session. Asanovic has summoned 23 players for the international window assignment that will see Zambia play Congo-Brazzaville in Antalya before playing another match in the same city with yet to be confirmed opponents. The team leave for Antalya tomorrow when they will take up the foreign-based players in Turkey. Well, thank you very much for joining us. This is all that we have, but before I go, a recap of stories once again. People's Action Forum has noted the need for people to preserve rainwater. Minister of Education commends the Swiss Foundation for constructing 4 classroom blocks. An international Egyptian president hosts Israel Prime Minister and Abu Dhabi's Crown Prince. In sports, more foreign-based players joins the Chipolopolo camp. Well, those are what we could bring to you today. Thank you very much on behalf of my transmission controller, Warren Dow, and the entire news department. My name is Alvin Siandabile. Stay blessed and keep watching Musanza TV. Good evening.